as you are on this journey of life where you are learning to discover yourself, learning to understand the processes by which you naturally materialize and manifest your desires and create the reality that you want, create the lifestyle that you want, there is something that is very important in order for you to do that as efficiently as possible. And that is simply trusting the process, right? Trusting the journey. And though trust seems like you are giving up all control and just allowing the randomness of life to just happen, that you are just simply allowing life to happen to you, it's really trusting in your ability to create and set in motion the things that's needed in order for the things that you desire to actually materialize. So the trust isn't in some randomness or some other entity outside of yourself. The trust is really trusting yourself. It's really about you and believing in the processes or the things that you set in place or set in motion to actually create the results that you desire. Now, it's important that you understand when we talk about trusting self, we're talking about trusting the multi-layers of who you are. For example, ego, the subconscious mind, the conscious mind, and what I like to call your higher mind, or it can even be referred to grand consciousness or even God for that matter. These are all areas and layers of who you are because you are experiencing it. You have a perspective on it. You have a relationship with it. And if you have a relationship with it, you are connected with it, then essentially it is you. And so as you think about life, erase and let go of the concept that things in life are separate or isolated. They are not. Nothing is isolated. Nothing is separate. It is all connected, and it is mainly connected to your consciousness and your experience. This is why I preach and teach that you are the creator of your reality, because everything that you experience is in fact created by your consciousness, your ego, your subconscious mind, and your conscious mind. You just have to come to an understanding of this, and that will allow you to be empowered with the ability to create whatever it is that you desire. So as we get into trusting the process is essentially the path which you are on. And you're on this path consciously rather than unconsciously. You see, most people are walking through life very unconscious about what it is they want to create. They live in a space where, yes, they have hopes and dreams, but they have no intention. They have no action. They have no integrity about actually creating that and figuring out what it takes to actually, create it, materialize it, and manifest it. Whereas when you are on this conscious journey, then you recognize the power is all on you. And you just simply have to put in place and recognize the processes by which you create things. You have already materialized and created things, some intentionally, some unintentionally. So when you think about your idea of creating something, creating a goal, creating a desire, creating a lifestyle, you have to use a reference point of the things that you have already consciously created, intentionally created, and look at that and dissect it to get a blueprint on how exactly you create and materialize things. Now, we're all different in how we materialize things as far as how we use our emotions, how we use our words, how we use our thoughts, how we create and curate our environment. You see, and there is infinite ratios of how much of what you need to do and put into your process of manifestation. And as you look at the things you materialize intentionally on purpose, then it gives you a clue. It gives you a glimpse as to what you did, right? What kind of mindset you were in? What kind of emotional state were you in? Where were you? What was your environment like? Who were you around, right? So when you look at all of those things, it gives you all of the insight that you need to begin to formulate and create a system, right, of understanding how you materialize things. So trusting the process is recognizing that the answer is already within you. The answer is already there. You just have to simply study yourself, understand yourself, practice the self-awareness to go within, analyze what you have done thus far, and then implement even some of the things you're learning, either from me or from other people or from various books, or even just from random quote unquote inspirations, like ideas that have come to you, and implement those things along with what you already know is probably working for you, right? And when you implement those things, you are observing the results. You are observing how you feel about those results. You are observing how you feel about the actions, right? The techniques, and if they resonate with you or not, if they create the results for you in a rate that's fast enough for you or not, right? Even though I don't suggest we focus so much on speed and time, because I think that the more you focus on speed, the slower the process will be. But if you just simply are patient and you are focused and you are consistent and you are sustainable in your actions and your steps, then before you know it, the thing that you desire will materialize a lot quicker than if you are, annoyed and anxious and just frustrated because you're trying to go fast. You're trying to materialize and create this thing as fast as possible, when the fastest way possible is probably the slowest way possible, right? So understand that you trusting the process is trusting in you being led by consciousness versus being led by ego. The ego will focus on trying to do things fast. The ego will focus on trying to even create shortcuts or hacks or, figure out ways to do it the quickest way possible with the littlest amount of effort. And now being efficient is very important, but in the beginning, it's better to understand exactly how it works, what works for you. And then as you get better and better at it, and you master your way of manifestation, then you can figure out and play the game of trying to condense it, right? Make it more effective, make it more streamlined. But initially, just be patient and just, again, trust the system. Trust yourself in that you will understand the process by which you are naturally able to materialize the things that you desire. Remember, your nature is to create. That is what you're here to do. You have to just figure out what it is that you are meant to create. And you do that by way of thinking about your passions, thinking about your skill sets, thinking about your successes, right? Thinking about your desires, and then bringing those things together to begin to lay down the path that you're meant to walk on. Now, what you may have in mind currently may not be what's really meant for you eventually, but that's okay. When you trust the process, you're trusting the journey. When you trust the journey, you essentially are allowing yourself to be the truest version of yourself instead of trying to force an idea, force an identity upon yourself. And this is as if you are supposed to do a particular thing. Eventually, you will get to that clarity. But in the beginning of the process of taking this journey of understanding your purpose, understanding what you're meant to do here and how you are meant to contribute to the collective consciousness, then you must just allow yourself to explore. Be very exploratory in how you do things and what you do. Learn to have fun with every step of the process. Learn the importance of patience. The more patient you are, the quicker the things will materialize. Don't force the process. Don't try to make the process as quick as possible. Not at the beginning. That is something that comes later on along the journey. But right now, you just simply trust in your ability to really observe and connect within. Ask yourself the questions: who am I? What do I really want? What do I really desire? What truly resonates with me? Okay? Not so much what other people told me I should chase after, or what other people are doing and they seem to be happy, but you don't know the true story or the whole picture of their reality. So they may not be happy. So you can't use them as a reference point in that way. You simply have to just, maybe observe what everybody's experiencing and creating, And then ask yourself, do I want that? Do I want something similar to that? And then as you go down that journey of self-discovery and self-awareness, you will then be tasked with the yearnings of, or the curiosity to just say, okay, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try that. And even if you try something and it doesn't resonate with you or get you the results that you want, trust the process. It was you trying that thing that will lead you to the thing that you're meant to do, the thing that will resonate with you the most. So trust the process means live your life, right? Follow your curiosities, follow your passion. And as you continue to follow your passion and be as authentic as possible, right, with yourself and with the world and with those that you care about and love, and even those you exchange with, right, and interact with, complete strangers, just be your most authentic self. And as you are creating this reality of authenticity, understand that eventually the road will lead you to that personal fulfillment, that joy, that happiness that comes as a byproduct of you truly stepping into your purpose. Thank you so much. Feel free to go to drabundant.com, subscribe to my daily newsletter, and get access to this free ebook, The Power Within. You will also be invited to my Manifestation Monday morning calls, which is every Monday morning at 7 a.m. So I look forward to seeing you there. Continue to join me on this journey. Peace and abundance always.